So here we are, the 17th of January, and once again it's the Ferriby 10. It's a reasonable day, only 41 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a slight southwesterly breeze, cloudy sky, cool conditions, but I can assure you the competition will be pretty hot for this traditional January classic 10-mile race. I have already spotted Max Colby. He's been around more years than he would care to remember, but he'll still be well up there. Adrian Hill from City of Hull will be well placed. 21st in the Northern Cross Country Championships last week. One of the best positions ever for City of Hull. And the race is off. And as for the last few years, it starts down opposite Costello Stadium, taking a slightly different route, and it's still this 10 miles, 168 yards or whatever. I'm wondering if that's Ron Smith in front. I was told that he's been running well from Airedale. Mike Lake is well placed, number 80, just to the right. And on the inside there, you can possibly just see, is Tim Warner of East Hull Harriers. Not a renowned road runner, so it's quite a surprise to see him in this race. Been concentrating in recent years on 1500 metres and 800. Yeah, fine, yeah. And so we're getting towards the Hull Road Enlevy now, and I would suggest the pace is not that quick. There's a large bunch there, and the race has been on now for nearly half a mile, so it suggests that there's no major breaks being done here. Connoisseurs of Jim there, he's got blue tights on today. He's obviously not wanting to take any risks. He says he's not all that fit, which means he'll probably be happy with the first 10. He was 43rd in the recent Morpeth to Newcastle run. And so you can see we're just at the top of Springhead Lane now. The race is 4 minutes 39 seconds old. And as I said, there's a large group there, 20 to 30 runners. Not that unusual in the Ferriby 10, but there's one or two runners. Max Colby there is struggling a bit. And as we come through the field, there's George Slater there, Terry Davis, quite a number of familiar figures. Another large entry for this race, club runners only, and there's been a 500 entry. So the popularity of this race continues year in, year out. There is a limit on the race of 600, so you can see it's pretty well full. And all these runners belong to clubs, which means that they're regularly out. Most of them, most days of the week, are having a run. notice as we get nearer the rear of the field, more runners are taking a bit more precaution with tracksuits and tights and gloves. The lads at the front give that all away with the hope of running fast enough to keep warm enough. It is possible to get pretty cold in these conditions. As I say, it's a southwesterly breeze, it's only 5 degrees centigrade. So, whereas it's not been the horrendous conditions of recent years, it's still pretty chilly. With a white hat there of Dave MacDonald. And so here we are at about the 2 mile mark, and Jim Dingwall's well up there. He's probably had a look at the field and decided that there's no reason why he shouldn't be in there but battling along. The field is not that strong. There's a group now of about 10. There's John Barker there, who's I mentioned for the first time. He's in the middle of that group. Brian Ward having a very good run. Tim Warren he's just coming off the back of that group at the moment, and by his face he looks like he's struggling a bit. And Mike Lake, as you can just see, possibly is just coming off the back end of the group there as well. So the pace is obviously warming up a bit. Adrian Hill's still there, jogging along, looking quite easy. So City of Hull have 4 good counters in that top group of 10 or a dozen runners. So the team title looks a distinct possibility. And so, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but the weather's turned distinctly wintry now, with a cold, driving drizzle. On this bleak winter afternoon. Don Weagle there, number 10, winner of the Brid half marathon. He looks to be controlling things there. I suggest he won't be far off winning this one as well. There's Mike Lake coming through there. You can see Mike's in about 20th position. Max Cole will lead the next group. And now the spotted shorts of Derek Grayson there, number 421. He'll be looking for a vet's prize. He's looking reasonably well placed for that as well. Mike Jackson, 282 Spartans there. And a solitary runner there, number 95 is George Slater. Not really his distance, but he's been training well lately. He's probably after a personal best today. But I'm suggesting that this turn in the weather is going to dampen many of those personal best performances. And the field, you can see, is stretched way back there now. And you can probably see Dr. Rob Robinson there has got his running tights on, and well, he's much further back than I would have thought. But no, he's moved again lately, so maybe that's took some of his training time away. But the field is already stretched over a good 3/4 of a mile, and the race is 2.5 miles old, probably. And so the clock is now showing 15 minutes, 50 seconds. Where we see the pace in the race, courtesy of Ferriby videos. These recordings of the Ferriby 10 have been seen as far away as Ballycotton, Southern Ireland, and they look forward to receiving the copy each year. That is the organisers of the famous Ballycotton 10. They're very interested to see the races in England, and their knowledge of English runners is nearly as great as our own. There's Rob again. The familiar figures come into shot. There's none other than Alan Fowley. Wave of the hand, in case you can't recognise him with his headband. Purple vest though, so that's another way of identifying them. There's a Shane Page there. I'm sure Alan's got him in his sights, and he's got his usual pained expression there as we climb this mountain. The field now is rapidly heading towards East Ella, and that is a close-up of one of the main movers of this race. Rob there will be getting all the results computerised and sent out at his insistence to all finishers. A nice touch. Phil Groves there, he's certainly in the driving seat for a vet's prize, I would suggest. Running very well, but it's hard to tell who are vets and who are not these days. And in the next group there is Stuart Shellcross. Well, Stuart, as far as I have memory, serves me well. He's been second or third in this race. He's run just over 50 minutes. He's not going to do that today. He's obviously not at his fittest. Paul Peacock in that group there, number 90. Number 201, Grimsby lad, not sure of his name. They're beginning to look just a bit like drowned rats now. It's raining quite steadily, and I would imagine those without long sleeve tops will be regretting it now. And you get an idea of the severity, tests and severity of this course with that shot of the hill there. And the course now dips slightly. It's a great relief, I can assure you, from personal experience, having got over the West Ella Way. often hard to get your legs moving right again though. Max Colby there, number 461. Ran 2:14 for a marathon in Miami, which he won a few years ago. Shot him to marathon fame. Mike Lake, and a gentleman from the university, from Crawley. Number 60 there, Derek Bird, I think it's his first name. Anyway, he'll be pretty unhappy with this. He's recently broke 70 minutes for a half marathon, and he would like to think he'd be further up than this. So he's showing a bit of strain. Jim there's been said he was actually not unhappy with his past two performances, although they were not good by his standards. He felt quite good, and right, well, the man from Airedale is making his stand. He is making every effort to get away from Jim. Jim has run this kind of race all his life. He knows that it's much harder for the guy making the effort. In fact, the guy's got to be 2% fitter than Jim to get away from him. And only time will tell if that is the case. He's certainly drawn Jim right away from the rest of the pack. But in that next group of four just beyond, you can see Brian Ward running very, very well.
To go left here or straight up?
Straight up.
Yeah.
And I think we've got to say that Jim is surprised most readers of this sport. I mean, isn't it interesting that Jim was 124th in the Northern Cross Country Championships last week, and Adrian Hill, who was 19th, is now 50 metres behind Jim. Jim's taken the lead now. He's obviously feeling very confident. He's got over the worst of this race. He's at the top of the hill. He's in front. His confidence will be riding high. So, as we head into the corner of Westleys Road, we see that Jim has now took the lead and is trying to shake his dowdy opponent. This may be a bit early. We shall see. Nasty corner that. You can see their hair locked together in this little battle. Don Weagle, though, is only 30 metres back. Brian Ward there, and George Baker. Look at this great run in there. And Adrian Hill. So that's four City of Hull in 8 runners. I think that's really great. So now there's a gaggle of runners from Grimsby, Paul Clark and Tim Werner has done really well. He looked like he was going to be right off the back. He's obviously got a good background of fitness because he's hanging in and he's running very well. Could be one of his best ever performances. Yeah, this corner it must be one of the worst corners on a 10-mile race I can think of. So not only is it hilly, it's also quite difficult to get a good run, a good fluent run there. Mike Lake, you can see they're all losing yards on this corner and a lot of momentum as well. Andy Ulrich, 99 there. Max Colby in that group. Howard Beasley there. Another City of Hull runner running well. And so we now, after watching these few runners, we'll need to pick the front action up again. Derek Grayson there going round. He's sure to get noticed with those shorts. Right, so we'll join up with the leaders to see how the action is going. Martin Anderson there of Grimsby. Another runner who's been around for years and years, it seems. Coming into view now is Trevor Shields of East Hull, running a steady race. So we're now on Kemp Road in Swanland. The race is now 33 minutes old. And the race now takes a right turn down Tranby Lane. Martin Farrell there was watching the race. He would usually be partaking. Gently sloping Tranby Lane. This is where a very good pace can be generated. But it's also, if you're not used to running on hills, which I certainly wasn't the first time I ran it, this course it's difficult to maintain the pace the hill allows. A good shot there of Mike Lake. Mike is on his own there. He's having to fight his own little battle without a lot of help. Keith Newton there, he's isolated as well, although he's probably aware of Mike Lake's presence not far behind. His athlete there, number 314. What's this guy's name? Shot. He's certainly run better than he is running today, but he's still running pretty steadily. He's not that far off the leaders. In fact, I think we're going to see times reasonably close. John Barker there. He's certainly run this race more times than I can remember. There's two Grimsby lads there. And you'll see Tim Warren is running very well. He was actually behind John Barker there, and he's latched on to Paul Clark, and he's having one of his best ever 10s, I would suggest. This group we have two teammates locked in battle, Adrian Hill and Brian Ward, and it's now gently sleeting as well as raining. And in 5th place there you'll see George Baker. He said he wasn't all that fit, but he's in 5th place in the Ferriby 10. I wouldn't mind not being all that fit. Don Weagle there, who I thought might have made a challenge for the race, he's in 4th place, and the gap between the two leaders is now 150 metres. Right. Jim's expression tells it all. He is concentrating. He's having to concentrate because this is a remarkable run on his recent fitness. His eyes are blank and staring, and his concentration is fixed. And he is slowly inching a gap over his worthy opponent. Well, I suggested that with him wearing tights he wasn't serious about this race. What more can I say about pundits? So it's 42 minutes to run, less than 10 minutes left to run, and Jim has got a gap. It's not a tremendous gap, but should his opponent get with him, then a withering kick is in store for him. So Jim's looking a bit anxious, but he's there. He's got a lead of 40 metres, and the lead over the next two runners, including Don Weagle there, is nearer 90. So first and second are sorted out, and you just see George Baker there. He's settled in 5th place. Don't see a lot of change there. But who's going to be 6th? There's 4 runners in contention there for 6th place. 2 of them from City of Hull. So that would 6th to 9th, and then when the 10th, 11th and 12th runners gone through, we will have to make our way to the finish. And they include Paul Clark, another Grimsby runner, and Tim Warner running a great run there in about 12th place. And so as we sweep down the Boothbury Hill, we get another look at this race, and we once again pose the question between cross-country and road running. Adrian Hill there, you'll see in that group, he is now 250 metres behind Jim Dingwall, whom he beat by no less than 105 places in the Northern Cross Country Championships. So, Jim there's storming to a win. No, just keep going. Storming to a great win in the Ferriby 10. There's no way he will give this one up. Turn up for the books is too small a term. This is okay.
Yeah.
And
Sorry. They just moved to one side. Sorry.
And so, winning in Ferriby 10, 1988 is Jim Dingwall in a shade outside 50 minutes. This is a great run. He'll savour this, most certainly. A really tremendous performance. 50 minutes, 16 seconds. Marvellous win. Second place, number 322, Airedale. We'll check his name out for you shortly. And third place here, another out-of-town runner, number 326. Finishing very strongly indeed in 50 minutes, 50 seconds. Don Weagle, fifth place. Fourth place, 50-57. George Baker, just outside 51 minutes, 50 minutes and 3 seconds. And Adrian Hill's made a great run. He's got that sixth place for himself. Number 71, Adrian Hill, running a great run in 51 minutes, 16 seconds. 51 minutes 20 for Brian Ward in 8th place there. City of Hull have obviously wrapped this team award up yet again. Some runners here looking very fresh and strong. Paul Clark there, characteristics rolling style there. 51.42. Great run by Tim Warrener. Best ever, I would suggest, 51.47.
From Chris Cullen. Oh, right, thanks a lot. Yeah, thank you.
And John Barker there, 52 minutes. And Mr. Consistent, 52 minutes and 4 seconds. And Ian Gruber's run well, you know. He looked like he wasn't anywhere, but he's running 52 minutes and 13 seconds. A Rotherham lad here, 4.51, 52.24. And Keith Newton, 52.31. The good times today. Although unpleasant weather, not bad for running. Mike Lake there in 52.40. 52.41 there for Andy Ulrich. A lot of runners inside 53 minutes. 52.52. 52.55. So a notable runner just coming through after the Selby man, 4.61 Max Colby, 53.19. Some runners try harder than others, 53.28 there. Stuart Shellcross there, not running that badly after looking well down, 54.20. And Derek Grayson there, 54.25. Trevor Shields there, same sort of time. Phil Groves there, 54.36. Martin Anderson, under 54.30. 55 minutes. Under 55 minutes and you're still running. Paul Peacock there in 55:12. Very good performances today. Jim was only just outside 50 minutes. Bob Mahoney just finishing there in 55:53. These runners just outside 56 minutes. And George Slater here, he's piling in, PB without a doubt, 56:12. Give him plenty to talk about in the top house next week. Yeah, it's getting a bit miserable out there. Phil Dewberry there, 56:42. He won't be unhappy with that. So a lot of runners will be quite pleased to have achieved quite respectable times on a dismal mid-January Sunday. Certainly isn't a Sunday. Shane Page there, 57:13. Lots of runners here breaking the hour with consummate ease. And even Rob Robinson's obviously paced himself brilliantly, 57:34. So he didn't look like he had a chance of a time like that. PBs will be abounding in this race. Mal Burton there, 57:51. And Alan Foley there, 58:01. Clearly inside the old hour, without any doubt at all. Alan's now on a grand total of 40 miles a week. Not bad. Seth there has just come through. He's breaking the hour. You can see how pleased he was about it. 58:20 odd. Yeah, and as we head towards the magic hour, we head towards the end of this recorded highlights of the Ferriby 10 1988. You can see everyone's pleased, they're thumping the air. They've got just one more minute left. Who's going to make this last minute just to squeeze in the hour? Are we going to have a few more? We're getting lots of runners now. Just breaking the hour. 59:10 we're showing now. And we've just, while in the last few seconds away of this broadcast there, Mike Vickers, 59:20 is always. Mike Baggett there, 59:24. He's pleased it's finished, but at least he has the consolation of being under the hour. Everyone's eagerly checking their watches now, because this is all that matters now. Position's not important. Just 20 seconds left now. And First Lady comes through. And as we head up, there's just 5 more seconds, 5 more seconds. And it's it, that's it. No more under the hour. Now they can relax because it's another minute now. And with that, with the great news that Jim Dingwall's been successful in today's race and City of Hull have won the team prize, and there's been lots of good performances, we close this transmission for another year.